Alright folks, today this is a review of the Spyderco Assist II. This is a currently discontinued knife from Spyderco and my first Spyderco. I'm liking it. Real nice knife, real solid feel in my hands. It's got the FRN scales, which is a fiberglass reinforced nylon, VG10 stainless steel blade and the partially serrated edge. And then the reason I wanted this one was this particular style of point, Warncliffe style point. I don't like the Assist I as much because of the blunt point, so I looked for one of these online and found it. Unfortunately, doesn't have the glass breaker in the handle like the Assist I, but that was the price I was willing to pay to get the point I wanted. It's got the emergency whistle and real nice knife. Again, like I said, threw a little lanyard on it, and I've waved using the tie wrap method you can see on YouTube. Works really great. You can see the Cobra hood here around the Spidey hole, and works like a charm. I had gloves on after a snowstorm and pulled this out of my pocket just to try it. With the gloves on, opens wonderfully easy. You can still do the sort of Spyderco, I don't know, I think it's Spyderco that does this by themselves. The closing it on your index finger, so you can close it one-handed. It's got a reversible clip, wire clip, for right and left carry. It carries tip up, which is why you can do the zip tie wave opening. I noticed a few other guys who reviewed this online didn't use kind of small cordage to show how it cuts, and this the ribbed spine on the blade, so you can squeeze the handle on something to cut it. I've got a few things I wanted to cut. First one is a static rock climbing rope kern mantle. It means a really tight weave sheath for abrasion resistance. One thing I do find, it's a little bit awkward once you get something under the blade to cut it. A rope's not so bad, but a seatbelt, that's another story. But anyway, this is kern mantle. Generally kind of tough to cut, especially with a straight edge blade, but very little effort. This is a new blade, new edge. Cuts very clean, doesn't rip. So quite pleased with that. It cuts also quite well just across the edge of the knife. Try not to smash anything as I do that. So yeah, cuts nicely, this kern mantle. Also, my father-in-law's got a few junk cars on his property, so I cut a seatbelt out of one of them. Cut seatbelt quite nice. Very little effort. Again, it's not ripping, it's cutting. I tried it. That's one thing with the groove, or the hole where the blade actually goes into the handle. You try to cut something thin like a seatbelt, and it's just going to kind of dump it in that groove, or force it in that groove. So it's not so good like that. If you have enough slack in the seatbelt, that as you're cutting, you can keep the upwards pressure on it, and sort of works fine that way. But don't expect to cut something small or skinny with this handle closing it method. So yeah, just a couple things I wanted to show that I hadn't seen other folks do. I have a chunk of tubular webbing here. Again, more of a rock climbing sort of thing. Cuts that like butter. No problem at all. So there you go. I'm really liking the knife. Again, this wave opening sort of setup works really great. FRN handles and the Spyderco Assist II. Again, discontinued knife. You're not going to find it except maybe on eBay somewhere. I'm liking it. I'm sure the Assist I is also an excellent blade. Oh yeah, let you hear this. Hopefully I didn't blow up the microphone on my camera. That's the emergency whistle. Fairly loud, scared my cats a little bit, but there, now you've heard it with a little more force. Have a good night.